more brands actually. Okay, so there are six brands actually. So
Okay.
in these six brands actually, so what this quoting means, we are giving some risk data, and for the risk data for each brand they will provide their premium value. Okay,
Okay.
so we can choose which is best for us. Okay,
Okay.
so this is the concept. Okay, so what? So suppose so each brand, right? Each brand will have different configuration. So based on the configuration, they will decline the quote also. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
suppose I am suppose I am say for example I am giving an a vehicle which is more than 20 years old.
Okay.
Okay, so they are not able to accept the vehicle and provide a quote for me. Then what they will do is they will decline the quote.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, but for another brand like if HE is declining, for HD brand it may be acceptable. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
they will provide the code. Okay, so consider this scenario. So a brand can decline the code based on some condition. Okay, so that's what happening.
Okay.
So in this scenario, what happening is when I am a quoting, when I'm quoting a brand get a brand declining my quote out of six, one brand is declining for me. Okay,
Okay.
so generally how the policy is, digital. There is a concept called digital, so which is like
Mm-hmm.
now insurance companies providing the customer itself to access the policies directly in their mobile app
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
online front
Okay.
end.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Yes.
okay. So now I'm giving a quote means
Mm.
now. So once sorry, once the customer quoted, right? So he will get a
Okay.
link to his quote. Okay, to his email ID. So
Okay.
he has to click that link, and then it will open in the portal, and he need to update the he need to update and select which quote he is preferring. Okay, so
Okay.
so what happening is one quote is declined right now. Say for example one quote is declined. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what the customer is doing is he is clicking the email ID, email link for the declined quote.
Okay.
Okay, out of six, one quote is declined, and he is clicking that email link for the declined quote. So at
Okay.
that time, the guide is trying to load the quote into the system. It finds some declined quote, right? So
Hmm.
it is loading the brand values null in the table itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. So now, so he clicked that code. So now it's loaded as null. He's not doing anything,
Mm-hmm.
but he's trying to again log into his email account. Say for example, he went for some time and session expired. So he is
Mm-hmm.
trying to log in again. So at that
Okay.
time, he is it is sending that confirm email address document. Okay,
Okay.
so now he is not having any policy. He has one code and which also declined. So he is trying. So for that code, the system is trying to generate the payload.
Okay.
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 So at that time, the code, the brand is null. So this is what I am suspecting. Okay. So
Okay.
you could have seen that document I shared, right? Why the code is getting sorry, why the code is
Hmm.
getting declined. That's why it's coming as null and null, right? So I am suspecting that. For that, I want to try you. Let me share my screen. Okay.
Okay.
So we
And
cannot actually.
also this is coming for only uh, job, right? Not the like policy level.
It's for job level because policy without the brand we cannot bind the policy.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay, okay. So what we can do is so leave out the technical details. Maybe you can play around and find it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll directly say how to replicate this.
Mm-hmm.
There is a code with payment plan, right?
Yeah.
There is a
Yeah.
code
Yeah.
with or there is a class which is code with payment plan. So in
Hmm.
this line number um, 546 actually. So 546. So this is the code I sorry actually I added. Okay, so this is
Okay.
the previous code. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
in previous code what they are trying is they just they are getting some response from some external system, and
Mm-hmm.
they are mapping that value. Okay, So what I'm trying to do is here, I'm checking whether brand is HE. Okay. So if it is a HE brand, I am making that quote as false.
False.
That means it's declined.
Decline.
Okay. So I am manually declining it. So what this will do is, now if say for example, you have that quote engine, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the soap quote. Now I'm trying to quote. It will decline the HE brand. Okay. So, one second. Six. This is the HB brand. It's quoted because we get the quote number, right? So like that
Okay.
IP brand we get quote. For HE brand. Okay, so this is so even the quote is coming. Actually, it's declined because of
Your
what
code.
we did is that we made some code changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is one thing. So I quoted and some brand declined me. Okay,
Okay.
so later I'm coming and clicking that email link I said, right? So the customer is clicking the email link, so that's why he's getting that error. So we need to simulate that as well. So we can simulate via the SOAP UI. Sorry, the REST API. Okay. So this is the so when the customer is clicking the email link, right, it will call this retrieve method with the quote number. Okay. Now I am giving the quote number which is declined. I'm trying to load it. Okay. So once it will give the response, right? This response only it will be shown in the UI to the customer. Okay, now I
Okay.
am trying to retrieve a declined quote. Okay, let's see what happens. So we received an error, right? So the selected version cannot be null. Actually, this is the issue. Okay. So since it's trying to retrieve a declined quote, we are getting this error, and you can see in the screen as well. Okay, so this is the HG brand, right? So which is declined. And if you click the quote, it's null, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So now what I will do is I will just update this quote number in the mock, and I'm trying to generate the payload. Means it won't populate the brand value.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the actual issue.
Okay.
Okay, this is the one that happened. How we can confirm is right, if any, no, what is it? Uh,
Null.
if you are facing that issue in production again, so we can confirm our theory. So this is just a theory. So it could have happened due to this. Okay. So if any future samples are came, we can able to confirm it. So what you need to understand, you need to check is, while he is trying to retrieve the decline code, right? Why is setting the error? Actually, he should get the code is decline message, right?
Hmm.
Actually, your code is declined. That's what we need to show to the customer.
Yeah. Yes.
But he is getting some error. Okay.
Okay.
Something loaded as a null value in the system.
System.
Okay. Yeah. So this one you need to understand, Harry. Okay.
Okay.
Understand, and you can let me know how it is going. Okay. So you just I'll ping this code. Okay. You can replace it in your quote with payment plan class and try to quote it, and try to retrieve it as well. Okay. So you will you will be able to, and then generate the payload with that code number.
Okay.
Okay, so you will be able to generate the payload without brand code. Now the thing
Okay.
is, why when he's clicking that decline code link, he is getting this error message and the system is loading the values null.
Okay,
Since
he is getting the error code in where basically, not in Guideware, huh?
he is getting the error code in the UI, digital UI.
Digital UI.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
that's why in Guideware we are not getting any error.
Any errors? Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the retrieve functionality, and you should use. Previously, you are using the email for the account handler,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
So
yes.
now you need to use the quote handler because it's just a
Mm-hmm.
quote. So you
Okay.
should use this quote handler to retrieve the quote, and then
Okay.
see why this is getting loaded as null. Actually, even though the brand is declining,
Yeah.
we need to populate the brand and say it is declined. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
it is loaded as null, right? So that one you need to understand. So
Why
do
it is
do
okay?
hmm?
Why it is
Yeah,
actually giving null?
null. Yeah, so you should not give null, right?
Hmm.
Because if you see, there is another concept. It may be like too much for you. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, how this happening is there is another DB database
Mm-hmm.
which is AGUP, AGUP, there is an aggregated database. Whenever a
Mm-hmm.
quote is happened, the data will be present in the aggregated database.
Okay.
So once the customer or the user chooses the code, that code data from the aggregated database will be imported to the policy database.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
so now, so in this scenario, there is 6 code out of which one is declined. He is trying to load the code. So from the aggregated database, the code is picked up and it's loaded in the policy under table with the brand
Mm-hmm.
code as null because of the decline. If you choose a normal code, suppose here the same thing. If you choose a normal code, 002 is actually the working code. Okay,
Okay.
unable to process your request. Why? Sure, okay, it may be some issue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you choose a valid code, right? At the time, it will give the low all the data. But if you choose
Okay.
a decline code, we are getting the null. So you need to understand
Mm-hmm.
first. First, try to replicate this.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so just decline a code and then try to send a try to retrieve it and then send an email on the job number, the code number. Okay, so then
Okay.
capture the payload. You will be able to see that brand code missing issue first. Then we need
Okay.
to understand why that
Null.
data is loaded as null.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
And also,
So
like, the payload is having brand code also, still it is stucking. That is no need to worry. Yeah?
brand code also.
So basically, in the payload,
Yeah, so that is another issue you are saying, right? Even
brand
brand
code.
code in the payload, it's still stuck in the queue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I shared that payload Hari,
Mm-hmm.
with Aaron.
Smart
He
command.
said
Mm.
there is no issue with the payload.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it might be some different issue.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, okay. So maybe you queue even though it's having a brand code, the target. Do you have any recent
Yeah,
examples?
I shared you that is the actually recent.
No, that is the null date one, right? Today you shared.
No, 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 not this.
Hmm.
Not today. Previously, I
Hmm.
shared you. I think that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Get any recent example
Okay,
within
okay, sure,
some
sure.
4 days,
If I
4 or
get
5 days,
right,
because
yeah, yeah, sure.
yeah,
I
yeah. You can
will.
share to me. We'll check that whether it's